Every single day, millions of people wake up already defeated. Not by the world, not by others, but by the voice inside their own mind. That voice that says, "You're not enough. You'll never change. That dream isn't for you." Oh. And the moment you start to believe it, your reality begins to shrink. But here's the truth. Your thoughts are not facts. Your feelings are not permanent. And your past does not define your future. You have the power to break that voice, to take control of your mind before it takes control of you. Because the battle isn't out there. It's in here. And once you learn to master your mind, you'll realize nothing on this planet can stop you. This isn't about positive thinking. It's about powerful thinking. It's about rewiring your mind to see possibility where others see limits. So right now, make a decision. No more excuses. No more self-doubt. No more living like your worst thoughts are true. It's time to rise. It's time to reprogram your mind. It's time to birayar negativi taiki and ji. Most people live their entire lives trapped inside a cage built not of steel or stone, but of their own thoughts. They wake up every day and replay the same stories. I'm not good enough. I'll never make it. Things never work out for me. And you know what happens? The body starts to believe what the mind keeps repeating. You can't build a powerful life with weak thoughts. You can't live in freedom while your mind is your prison. But here's the truth no one tells you. The only thing holding you back is the story you keep telling yourself. That story of failure, of fear, of I can't. It's not real. It's a program. It's a loop you've accepted as your identity. The moment you challenge that story, you break the cycle. You start to realize, wait, maybe I'm not broken. Maybe I've just been believing the wrong voice. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant there grows. You plant fear, you harvest hesitation. You plant doubt, you reap limitation. But when you plant faith, discipline, belief, you start to see the world differently. Because it's not the world that changes, it's you. You begin to speak differently. You carry yourself differently. You start to walk like someone who knows their worth. And make no mistake, your mind will fight back. It will whisper. You've tried before. You've failed before. You'll fail again. That's the voice of your old self trying to survive. Don't fight it. Replace it. See, every time the thought shows up, interrupt it. Say it out loud. Stop. I'm not that person anymore. I don't think like that anymore. Because every time you choose a new thought, you fire a new signal in your brain. Every time you affirm your strength instead of your weakness, your identity begins to shift. Transformation doesn't happen when you want it. It happens when you decide. You must decide that your old patterns no longer have permission to run your life. You've carried too much pain to let your past dictate your purpose. You've survived too much to keep surrendering to fear. It's time to stand up and look your mind in the mirror. To say, I'm not here to think small anymore. I'm here to take command of my life. Because when you master your mind, you master your emotions, you master your energy, you master your future. You can't control what happens around you, but you can always control what happens within you. That's where freedom begins. That's where everything changes. Your mind is a battlefield. Every day, thoughts are fighting for control. Some thoughts lift you up, others pull you down, and the ones you feed win. You see, most people spend their entire lives feeding the wrong wolf. The wolf of fear, of doubt, of what if it doesn't work? And then they wonder why they feel stuck. But the truth is, you can't live a powerful life while giving your energy to weak thoughts. Every emotion you feel, every action you take, it all starts with a single thought. One idea. One belief. One sentence that you've said to yourself so many times, it became your truth. So if you want to change your life, stop trying to change your circumstances. Start by changing your sentences. Replace I can't with I will. Replace I'm not enough with I'm built for more. Replace it's too hard with it's preparing me. Because every time you choose new language, you reshape your identity. And your identity is the foundation of your destiny. When you say, I'm lazy, your mind looks for proof. When you say, I'm unstoppable, your mind looks for opportunity. Whatever you declare with emotion becomes your direction. So I want you to hear me. The words you speak are the seeds of your future. Speak limitation, and you'll live in lack. Speak power, and you'll attract purpose. But here's where most people fail. They wait to feel confident before they act. They wait to believe before they begin. That's not how the mind works. Confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence is built through action. You don't wait for belief, you create it. Every time you push through fear, you build proof. Every time you take one more step when your old self says, stop, you're rewiring your brain. You're teaching your mind that you are in control now. It's not magic. It's momentum. One powerful thought. One small victory at a time. That's how change begins. Not by hoping, not by wishing, but by doing. You must train your mind like a muscle. You wouldn't expect to lift heavy weights once and be strong forever. So why do you expect one motivational quote to change your life? You've got to condition your mind daily. Feed it truth, feed it courage, feed it discipline. Because your thoughts shape your feelings shape your actions, and your actions shape your results. If you want a different life, start thinking like the person who already has it. Walk like them, talk like them, decide like them. Because once your mind shifts, your reality has no choice but to follow. Fear, doubt, anger, guilt. They're not your enemies, they're signals, messages from your mind saying, there's something here you haven't faced yet. Most people run from those feelings. They bury them under distraction, scrolling, food, excuses work. But the truth is, what you refuse to face will always control you. You can't conquer what you keep avoiding. So instead of running from fear, stand in front of it. Look it in the eyes and ask, what are you trying to teach me? Because fear doesn't show up to stop you. It shows up to prepare you. Every time you lean into fear, it loses power. Every time you face what scares you, your old limitations start to crumble. The chains around your mind start to break. You see fear as a liar, but it's a very convincing one. It tells you that you're not ready, that you're not capable, that you'll fail. But deep down, there's another voice, one that whispers, you were born for more. And that's the voice you've got to feed. That's the voice that will pull you out of darkness when everything in you wants to give up. When you catch yourself reacting, when anger hits, when sadness takes over, when doubt creeps in, pause. Breathe, don't fight it. Observe it. Because the moment you step back, you're no longer controlled by emotion. You're leading it. You become the observer, not the prisoner. You begin to understand. Your emotions are feedback, not facts. You can feel fear and still move forward. You can feel doubt and still take the next step. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to keep going despite it. Every time you push through, you're rewriting the blueprint of your mind. You're teaching your nervous system that uncertainty doesn't mean danger. It means growth. And growth only happens outside the comfort zone. You can't transform your life while protecting your limits. You've got to stretch. You've got to be uncomfortable. You've got to demand more from yourself than anyone else ever will. Because the moment you face your fear, it's no longer fear. It's fuel. The same energy that once held you back becomes the fire that drives you forward. The same pain that once broke you becomes the power that builds you. Your emotions were never meant to control you. They were meant to guide you. And when you learn to master that, nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop you. Momentum. It's everything. Once you move, everything changes. But here's what most people don't understand. You don't need massive action to change your life. You just need consistent action. One new thought, one better decision. One more step when your old self would have stopped. That's how transformation begins. Not in one big explosion, but in a series of small, powerful moments that add up to unstoppable progress. Because success isn't built in the spotlight. It's built in silence. It's built in the early mornings when no one's watching. It's built in those quiet moments when you choose discipline over comfort. That's where real power lies. Not in hype, not in motivation, but in mastery. The daily decision to take control of your focus, your emotions, and your energy. You can't expect a powerful life with powerless habits. You can't expect growth while staying surrounded by things that drain you. You must protect your environment, Who are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you feeding your mind every single day? Because every piece of content you consume, every voice you allow in your head, it's shaping your reality. Your mind is a magnet. It attracts whatever it's most exposed to. So, if all you hear is negativity, guess what you'll start to feel? If all you feed yourself is doubt, guess what you'll start to believe? But when you start surrounding yourself with energy, with truth, with people who push you higher, everything begins to shift. Your standards rise. Your self-image expands, your vision sharpens. And that's when real transformation begins. When you no longer negotiate with your excuses. You stop saying, maybe tomorrow. You start saying, I decide now, because decisions shape destiny. Every yes or no you make is carving your future. You don't need more time. You need more clarity. You don't need more motivation. You need more commitment. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Stop waiting to feel ready. You'll never feel ready. You become ready by taking the step. That's the difference between those who wish and those who win. One group talks about change. The other becomes the change. And once you start, you'll realize it was never about doing everything perfectly. It was about doing something consistently. Momentum doesn't come from perfection. It comes from progress. Small wins, done daily, turn into unstoppable power. So keep moving. Keep showing up. Even when it's hard. Even when you don't feel like it. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that every step you took in faith created a version of you that's truly unstoppable. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. It's not a feeling. It's a decision. It's the quiet knowing that no matter what comes, you'll figure it out. But you can't build confidence by avoiding challenges. You build it by walking straight into the storm and proving to yourself that you can stand tall in it. Most people wait for belief to show up before they act. But confidence doesn't come first. Courage does. Courage is when you take that first step even when everything in you is screaming, don't. And every time you do, something powerful happens. Your identity begins to shift. You stop seeing yourself as the one who quits and start seeing yourself as the one who keeps going. You stop being the victim of your past and become the architect of your future. Because here's the truth. Your identity is built by repetition. Every choice, every decision, every time you push past fear, you're casting a vote for the kind of person you're becoming. So when that voice in your head tells you, you can't do this, you tell it, watch me. When it says, you'll fail again, you say, maybe. But I'll fail forward. You see, failure isn't the end. It's feedback. It's the universe showing you the areas that need growth. It's not punishment. It's preparation. Every person you admire has failed more times than most people have even tried. They just refuse to let those failures define them. Because the moment you stop letting your mind label you as broken, you start to realize you were never broken. You were being built. Confidence is born the moment you take back your power. When you stop saying, I can't control this, and start saying, I control how I respond. You don't need perfection to be powerful. You need presence. You need to be fully here, fully alive, fully committed. Because when you start living from your power instead of your pain, your energy shifts. People feel it when you walk into the room. They see it in your eyes. They hear it in your voice. You're no longer seeking validation. You're radiating certainty. That's the power of alignment. When your mind, your heart, and your actions move in the same direction, nothing can stop you. Confidence isn't ego. It's trust. It's faith in the person you've become through every challenge, every scar, every lesson. It's not about being louder than others. It's about being louder than your own doubt. So remind yourself, you've survived 100% of your hardest days. You've walked through storms that others wouldn't dare step into. You've fallen, and yet you're still standing. That's not weakness. That's strength. That's power. And now, it's time to live like it. There comes a point when you stop trying to fix the old you and start building the new you. That's the moment everything shifts. Because the truth is, you can't think your way into a new life while holding on to the thoughts that built your old one. You can't step into freedom while still entertaining the lies that keep you trapped. At some point, you've got to say, enough. Enough of replaying the pain. Enough of shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. Enough of waiting for the perfect time to start. This, right now, is your time. The life you want isn't waiting for someday. It's waiting for you to decide. Your negative thinking will tell you, you've tried before. It'll remind you of every failure, every disappointment, every moment you almost gave up. But what it won't tell you is that every single one of those moments was preparation. The pain was your teacher. The struggle was your shaping. The waiting was your training ground. You weren't losing. You were learning. You weren't failing. You were forming. And now, it's time to use what you've learned. No more letting old thoughts steal new opportunities. No more letting your past set the limits of your future. No more sitting in the passenger seat of your own life. You are the driver now. You are the creator. You are the one who decides what happens next. When you take command of your thoughts, you take command of your destiny, because every great change in life starts with a single decision. I will no longer live like this. That decision ignites everything. It awakens your power. It unlocks your potential. It burns away the old identity that's been holding you back. You stop living from fear and start living from truth. You stop reacting to life and start creating it. And here's the beauty of it all. Once you break your negative thinking, life doesn't get easier. You get stronger. You stop being controlled by circumstance and start being guided by purpose. You begin to see challenges not as punishment, but as progress. You begin to feel gratitude where there used to be frustration. You start to trust the process even when you can't see the path. That's what it means to rise. That's what it means to awaken. That's what it means to truly live. You've got one mind, one life. One shot at this version of you. So don't waste it living as a prisoner of your past. Stand tall, breathe deep, and declare to yourself, I am done thinking small. I am done living in fear. I am done believing lies that limit me. Because this is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of your rebirth. You've broken the cycle. You've silenced the lies. You've taken back your power. From this moment forward, you don't just think differently. You live differently. You move differently. You become unstoppable. You've broken your negative thinking. And now you're free. Take a moment and breathe. You've just been reminded of something you've known deep down all along. You were never broken. You were never behind. You were simply becoming. All those moments when you doubted yourself, they were building you. All those nights when you thought no one noticed your fight, they were shaping you into someone unshakable. You've spent enough time believing the voice that told you to play small. Now it's time to trust the one that says, rise. Because from this moment forward, you don't chase strength. You own it. You don't ask for permission. You give yourself permission. You don't wait for change. You become the change. Every day is a new chance to choose power over pity, faith over fear, action over excuses. And when that old voice of doubt comes back, and it will, you'll smile, because now you know it has no control over you. You've learned to break the cycle. You've learned to master your mind. You've learned that the life you want begins with the thoughts you choose. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't go back to who you were. Step forward as who you are becoming. You've broken your negative thinking. You've remembered your power. Now it's time to live it.